watching.
Subscribe.
Hey guys, it's SoCal Val for ScreenStalker, and today, in the emotional aftermath of Avengers Endgame, we're all wondering, what's next for the MCU? Where do we go from here? But hang on a minute, before we get started, press the thumbs up button, give us a subscribe, and answer our question of the day. Which Marvel character would you be most surprised to find out had a film in Phase 4? Let's hear from you in the comments. And while you're at it, be sure to follow us on Twitter @ScreenStalkers so we can chat about Endgame like a support group. Lord knows after that ending, I definitely need some support. And Twitter is so much cheaper than therapy. Now that we've all seen Avengers Endgame, we laughed, we cried, we tweeted. We're asking ourselves, okay, what now? What's next for the MCU? Well, my friends, the answer is a lot. And yes, we will be spoiling some stuff for Endgame, so consider yourself warned. We're starting with our dear old friend Peter Parker, who stars in Spider-Man Far From Home, coming soon to theaters near you. We know for sure what Spider-Man's next adventure will be. It places Spider-Man alongside Nick Fury in a wacky European adventure that would make the Griswolds jealous. From the look of the trailer, Mysterio shows up to aid the heroes in a fight against some sort of elemental beings of air, water, fire, and earth. This is some witchy stuff right here. Voodoo! And the story takes place in Europe's most iconic cities. Wait, what? Oh, hell no! You can destroy New York City all you want, but you leave Venice alone. It's too pretty to mess with. Can't we settle this in somewhere that nobody cares about, like New Jersey? Or maybe like somewhere vast and untouched, like outer space? Ooh, speaking of space, the search for Gamora continues, and we have so many questions. Like, first off, where is Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? Also, why is she so bitchy to Peter Quill, right? Does Gamora actually think she can do better than Star-Lord? Girl, you're green and you have face tattoos. You're gonna take what you can get and like it, okay? Okay. Moving on. One of the more obvious setups in Avengers Endgame, spoiler, the final scene with the Asgardians of the Galaxy shows them actively searching for Gamora now that she's returned. Remember her dad pulled a guilt trip and slung her off the mountain? That was harsh. Well, the search for Gamora appears to be the main plot arc for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which looks certain to also feature the God of Thunder, Thor. Yay! And this time, we may get super fit, healthy Thor, as opposed to the beer-bellied, belching Thor with the dirty hair that looks remarkably like all of my ex-boyfriends, all of them. Anyway, here's something else to ponder. Is Loki still out there? You remember Loki, right? The shape-shifting but lovable brother of Thor? Well, poor Loki was just misunderstood, and he suffered a tragic death in Infinity War, spoiler, which allowed Thanos to obtain the Space Stone in the process. Loki returned in Endgame for a brief throwback moment to the original Avengers movie, but it may turn out to be a little more than just a cameo. The plan of the time-traveling Avengers encounters a slight hiccup, and Loki, even while chained up, manages to obtain the Tesseract and space portal himself away. Iron Man and Captain America went back further in time to get the Tesseract from before then, but does that mean there's another Loki hanging around somewhere in space? Does that timeline still exist? And if there are one or two versions of Loki still out there, which one of them is single? Asking for a friend. I'm the friend! And now to discuss Valkyrie's new Asgard. Now, back to overweight, over-imbibed, Woodstock reject hippie Thor, he's appointed Valkyrie the new Queen of Asgard before heading off with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, will we get to see more of Valkyrie in her role as Queen of New Asgard, which also happens to be on Earth? And now that pretty much all of the Avengers are well acquainted, will other Avengers call upon Valkyrie for help if they need it? This could really be her defining moment to shine. And personally, I'm here for it. Tessa Thompson has proven herself as one of the premier leading ladies in Hollywood, and she is tremendous in every role. As Valkyrie, she's picking up where Thor left off and kicking ass all the while maintaining this regal feminine demeanor. What a time to be a superheroine. As Marvel has shown, the female characters can hold their own just like the men can, and the women often surpass the men in strength and superiority. You know, just like in real life. Girl power. But just when we Marvel fans think we've got it all figured out, here's a doozy. What happened to Mjolnir? Or Mjolnir? Mjolnir. Anyway, where is it? You know, Thor's big silver hammer gimmick with the zzz lightning bits all over it? Mjolnir is not something you want to leave just lying around, even if it is really difficult to pronounce. At the end of Avengers Endgame, Captain America is transported back in time to return the Infinity Stones to their original place, and with him, he takes his trusty shield, the Infinity Stones, and Mjolnir, meow meow, Thor's hammer. When we see Cap again in the present day, after he's lived his life alongside Peggy Carter, he tells Falcon and the Winter Soldier that he placed the Infinity Stones back in their rightful places, and he gives his shield to Falcon, but what happened to Mjolnir? Does it still get destroyed in the same way as in Thor Ragnarok by Hela? Hela! Does that timeline still exist? Time travel is confusing, and well, time consuming. So to recap, spoiler, Falcon is the new Captain America, I guess. Like, just like that? A quick passing of the shield and a nod and approval like, here you go, you hold on to this, I'm done. You got this, bro. That's it? Like, no written contract? All right, I mean, he's only entrusted to save the world with it, but whatever. Okay. Speaking of Cap passing off his shield, what does Falcon do now that he has the shield? Is he officially the new Captain America, like sanctioned and everything? Twitter verified? With Iron Man gone, Captain America, who by the way is now like a little old grandpa, and Thor off for travels with the Guardians, who leads the Avengers? If Nick Fury is busy during Spider-Man Far From Home stuff, does Falcon pick up the mantle? Captain Marvel? Happy Hogan? Who knows? Just please, do us a favor, Marvel, and keep Pepper Potts out of the mix, please. She's like the anti-female badass. She's vanilla, mundane, boring. Tell Gwyneth to go home and, I don't know, steam something. Ew. To make matters more interesting, I pose this question to you, Marvel fans. Are you ready to see X-Men, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four in the MCU? Disney recently acquired Fox, and with Fox comes the X-Men, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four. While the latter of the three doesn't have the greatest track record on the big screen, X-Men and Deadpool certainly do. Well, sort of. X-Men's sheen is starting to wear off, but a revamped character pool for the MCU is something that would be most welcome. How long will it be before we see Wolverine, Professor X, Deadpool, or Mr. Fantastic appear in an Avengers movie? Also, does that open up more villains to choose from too? Doctor Doom and Galactus immediately spring to mind, but an entire plethora of possibilities may have just opened up. It's really becoming a free-for-all in the most exciting of ways. Dude, I'm still over here waiting for the official Darkwing Duck movie trailer to drop. Been waiting a while now for that. Quackers. So, back to the most important conundrum in the MCU. The thing that's been keeping me up at night, the Infinity Stones. So, they do still exist, right? Time travel is a weird and wacky thing, and it's way too confusing for me to explain to you here. But here's what we know for sure. The Infinity Stones were taken, used, and placed back at their original timeline. So does the original timeline still play out like it did? Does Thanos still destroy the stones before being promptly beheaded? He can't, right? Because 2014 Thanos, who jumped forward in time, was snapped into dust. So the stones weren't destroyed? Do they still exist? I mean, are they still scattered among the universe? Does Xander still have the Power Stone? Does the Collector still have the Reality Stone? Does Vision still exist with the Mind Stone? I guess we'll never know. Or will we? Before you go, make sure to click the thumbs up on this video, give us a subscribe, and click the bell icon to enable notifications so you never miss a future episode. And don't forget to answer our question in the comments, who would you be most shocked to see have their own movie in Phase 4? Until next time, for ScreenStalker, I'm SoCal Val, and we're watching.